problem. Exponentials you run into in population and in radioactivity. It says the amount of radioactive material present at time t in days, so t is in days, is given by that formula where A0 is the amount present at time t equals 0, and H is the material's half-life. So we have A0, we have H, and then we have A. Those are our variables.
T as well.
And then we have T. So that says in order for me to work this problem, all of those numbers have to be filled in so that A0 is the amount we started out with. How much would we start out with? H is, okay, this is the start amount. H is the material's half-life. And A is what's left. And by the way, A and A0 are in grams, I do believe. We'll find out. Usually it's in grams. It says the half-life of arsenic is 17.5. So they say H is 17.5. If 5 grams of arsenic are present initially in the body, oh my goodness, we've got a dead body. In the body, so A0 is 5. How many grams are present 60 days later? T equals 60. So how many variables do we have in the problem? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many things that they give us? 1, 2, 3. That means that I have 1 left to find. So if I have 4 variables, in order to find anything, I better have 3 quantities. So how many grams are present 60 days later? So how much is left? That's A. So A is the guy I'm going to find. Is, my problem is A0. So A0 is 5. A0. 2 to the 1 over H. So that's my formula. So A is going to be A0, which is 5. Negative, I missed it. What? Oh, T over H. I couldn't see that. Times 2. T is 60 over H, which is 17.5. And it's negative. The formula is negative. That makes sense. And I'll explain to you why. So A is 5 times 2 to the, now I'm going to put parentheses in, unless you're in pretty print, and it's going to be negative 60 divided by 17.5, that much I remember. And it ends up being, they don't tell me how many things, but let's take it to 3 places. 0.464, what? Now this you have to remember, and which is where I would have screwed up if somebody hadn't said something about the negative. I couldn't see that up there. And that is this, is that this negative pushes the 2 to the denominator. So you're actually working with 1 over 2 to the 60 over 17.5. Is that going to make the 5 a smaller number? Yes. That's why that exponent has to be negative, because the amount of arsenic is decreasing. So you should have less than 5. And it's decreasing pretty rapidly. I mean, in 5 days, you've got about a half a gram left, and you started out with 5, or 60 days, excuse me, and 60 days later. So 3 months, or 2 months, you're down to a half a gram. In a body. Gary.